What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Make sure you follow me over there on Telegram. That's t.me/KingofFomo1, as well as my chat, which is going to be linked in the description below. Today we're talking about smart contracts. I already made a video talking a little bit about Honey, but that one's actually going to be released later. And I also talk about Moonday.finance in there as well, which is another smart contract that works on the Ethereum blockchain with a Moonday token. I think it's going to be potentially very lucrative if it kicks off the ground. But in this video, I want to dive deeper into HoneySwap and the farming and why this is a huge deal. So number one, the APY in HoneySwap is solid. So we can see that our APYs in this top three right here, 266%, 256%, and 328. Now, of course, it's not thousands of percent, but that's not sustainable for a very long time anyway. But the key here, the reason why these liquidities are a big deal is because of the fact that there isn't really that much liquidity in HoneySwap at the current moment. So what that means is, now that most of the HoneySwap tokens have sort of been locked into this contract, the APY I don't think is going to go significantly lower than it is right now. So I think that this is a really prime chance for people to jump in on this and to do some farming and to get some easy gains with this over a slightly longer period of time than you're used to seeing. Because a lot of other people don't use the HoneySwap system or the XDAI blockchain, you're not going to see an overflow of way too much money going into the farm where you have your giant whales basically drain it, and if you're a little guy, you get basically nothing back. But on top of that, you guys have to realize that this is farming with practically no fees. One of the reasons why farming kind of died out on the Ethereum blockchain was because it wasn't profitable. Even though you were getting free money essentially for throwing money into the contract, withdrawing and depositing and getting those liquidity pool tokens made it so that it was very unattractive. And even still, with the fees down a lot, you're still paying upwards of maybe $20 to go through the whole process of getting the tokens in and out and sold. And with HoneySwap, you're not going to pay anything more than 5 cents to go through the entire process of getting the tokens and farming it and getting them sold. So essentially, when I say free money, that is what it is. You can literally deposit here in HoneySwap, deposit for a few minutes or a few hours, and come out with profit from that. And that's not something that can happen on the Ethereum blockchain. So that's a big deal in itself. On top of that, like I said, these APYs shouldn't really decrease too much more because, like, this is everybody in the HoneySwap ecosystem basically already knows about this. So you can't have another extra $1 billion come to the contract overnight from whales. The whales are already in it, which means that you're not going to see giant fluctuations of this APY too much anymore. Now, they do have some other farms that are going to be available here later, hopefully. I think they have to actually get some of the honey, since I don't think the honey token actually creates itself. We can actually take a look at that right now. The supply of HoneySwap the supply of the honey tokens only 25,000, and I think they got these honey tokens from proposals and I guess other places, because, like I said, it doesn't create itself. So once they get some honey on these other pools, specifically I'm looking at this one right here, this WETH, WXDAI, like if they migrate people's Ethereum over to the XDAI blockchain and people using ETH can understand, because the WXDAI is basically USD, it's tied to the dollar, so the risk for that liquidity pool is way lower than a lot of these other liquidity pools that can be volatile because their coins are volatile. But when you have Ethereum, and wrapped XDAI or wrapped DAI, which is essentially tethered to the dollar, people will definitely jump in on this, that are part of Ethereum, that don't really want to mess around with honey too much and be able to farm, and they'll be able to see how much nicer the XDAI blockchain is to transact on. Other things to take note of as people start to adopt this honeycomb system even more and adopt farming and adopt using HoneySwap, you'll notice that the liquidity will go up too. Now, if you watch my old video about HoneySwap, you can scroll and see the liquidities for all the coins were way lower, and there's way less coins altogether, way less pairs. Now we have much bigger liquidities. We've reached $1 million in the WXDAI and the stake pools, and we're getting a pretty good liquidity amount in WETH. Now, granted, liquidity is still very small for this whole ecosystem altogether. There still needs to be a lot of onboarding to happen in order for big whales to do big transactions. Honestly, like, if you have a substantial amount in crypto, you can only really mess around with maybe 10, 20, $15 over here on HoneySwap because a lot of these liquidities are extremely low. Let me go back to the actual website or the actual homepage right here. And we'll click on see all, and liquidities are very low. But on the plus side, like I said, when you're transacting on Ethereum, if you see liquidity of $800, you don't touch it because the fees will kill you and slippage will kill you. But on here, on HoneySwap, you can literally do a trade of $5 or $7 and not get destroyed from fees and have all these tokens at a small amount. So it's way friendlier to the little guy, the smaller trader, than the Ethereum blockchain is that destroys people who are smaller traders. So that's another positive. I just think that this thing has a lot of potential. It just needs to gain traction. It hasn't really gained the traction that I wanted it to gain so far, but these things take time and it takes people, using it and understanding how it works. We will see if this is the magic that brings people to the HoneySwap ecosystem and the XDAI blockchain. I personally think that it's a great system. If you are interested in doing this yourself and you don't know anything about HoneySwap, watch my other videos. I talk about how to actually get over to it. It's really easy. All you have to do is you have to buy this DAI token over here on Uniswap, and then you go over to this website. This is the bridge. And again, watch my I'll have it posted at the end of this video, but watch my other video about how to do this. And then when you get to this blockchain, you can convert your DAI to XDAI. It takes maybe 10 minutes tops, depending on how much gas fees you use, which is low for this for Ethereum altogether. Then once you get it confirmed over here, you're ready to go, and you can use the XDAI blockchain and over here and do some farming and do all kinds of stuff with fees as little as 1 cent. So definitely, like I said, guys, expand your horizons, try it out. Like, it's not hard, and you will thank yourself for teaching yourself a little bit more about crypto if you try it out. And if you don't like it, honestly, you're not going to really lose much of anything in fees if you do it. The only thing I'll caution you that is easy to forget, when you do move over to here, don't spend 100% of your XDAI, because XDAI is like Ethereum. And if you spend 100% of your Ethereum, you can't do transactions anymore because you don't have anything for transaction fees. The same case is true here for XDAI. So it's really easy to make the mistake of going over to HoneySwap and then going to purchase something, clicking on trade here, clicking on understand, and then saying, oh, you know what, I have some XDAI, I'm just going to do all of it, and then sending all of it over, and then you're stuck. You have to move some more XDAI over to the system. So that's the only warning that I'll give you guys. But watch my other video, check it out, keep this on your radar, and we'll see what happens. I'm really crossing my fingers to hope that people start onboarding here a little bit more, because I think this is a cool system. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.